and welcome back to some more Pokemon Emerald No Healing in Battle Wedlocke Challenge. In the last episode, we took down every single trainer in Victory Road, and after some wild close calls, we made it to the Pokemon League with our entire team intact. And as you can see, I trained, or as you probably just watched or skipped, I did train. It took 4 hours, yay! Not fun, but we got it done. And I actually discovered something really cool, and I would have never known this without one of you guys. One of you guys left a comment. Shout out to Ida the Togekiss. Made a comment about a training spot with some breeders and triathletes west of Mauville City, which is where you guys saw me train. But that's not why I want to shout them out here. The training spot's good. It was alright. I don't know if it was any faster or slower than anywhere else I was going. I didn't really pay attention to that. Getting rematches to happen is unbelievably annoying, but it was great because I got my team to level 58 and it didn't take too much. And I did use all my rare candies, of course. I evened them out between everybody and got everybody leveled up to 58, which is great. But the reason I wanted to go ahead and shout them out for this is because I would have never even thought about rematches. And when I was looking up how to do rematches, I found out that a couple of held items that you can get in the game are actually locked behind thieving from a rematch. It got me thinking, what if there's a trainer in the game that has citrus berries? And lo and behold, there are 2. And that made farming citrus berries a lot easier. I have 11 now, and as you guys know, I'm not able to plant berries because of my dry battery, and the only way for me to get berries was to thieve them from Wild Linoon. They're 30% encounter and a 5% thief, which means every time we find a Linoon, it's a 1 in 20. That's not good. It took me an hour to get 1, and it only took me an hour, probably hour and a half, to get 10 more. So that was definitely faster, and it only took fighting the Pokefan south of the Trick House and the Pokefan west of the Trick House. You can see it in the training montage. When they have a level 38 Delcatty, the guy, he'll have citrus berries, and when her plus 9 and her level 35, I believe, they'll have citrus berries. So it only takes a couple of battles to get them up there, and then they'll always have a citrus berry, which is huge for this challenge. And if I knew that earlier on in the adventure, it might have changed the entire game, because you can do that as soon as you get Thief. You get the TM for Thief, I believe, in Slateport City. And those guys are like I guess not right away. I guess after Norman you can do it then. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Because, no, after Flannery. After Flannery or after Norman is when you start actually getting calls for rematches or are able to do it. So whenever you're actually able to get rematches, that's when you can do it immediately, which is really wild. And now I have citrus berries for the Elite Four when I thought I wasn't going to have any. And that really changes the game. However, today, as you can tell by the thumbnail and by my tone of voice, kind of maybe, we're not taking on the Elite Four yet. That's not today. It's time for Rayquaza. We have to defeat this Pokemon as a boss fight, per to my rules, or die trying. I made this rule last minute at the start of this adventure, right before I started it, and I was uneducated. I didn't realize just how bad of an idea this was, but I set the rule. I have to do it, or wipe in the process. I am very nervous, but I believe in my team. I actually do believe I can do this. I really do. So, right now it is time for me to scale the Sky Pillar. However, before I do so, I have a special surprise for all of you. So, let's take a look back on this journey and our final 6. And see how they got us to where we are today.
So my encounter for Route 104 is going to be, I would prefer Wingull, honestly. Nah, that sucks. All right, we got a Meryl. So my encounter for Route 114 is going to be a Swablu. I couldn't have asked for anything better.
Where do I even begin with Queen Finny and Altair? Queen Finny was our 5th Pokemon we caught on this adventure, and the only surviving member of the original 6. She has seen every single one of the 11 Pokemon that have died die, and she has been through some incredibly hard times, to say the least. I've always viewed her from the start as a stuck-up queen who didn't care about too much. However, she just didn't want to let anybody in. She finally did. She let in Basil, Farley, Stella, Twitchy, and of course, Busan into her heart. She loved her friends, and one by one she watched everything she loved get ripped away from her. She was forced to live after having 5 of her friends die right before her eyes at the fight against Norman. So when Altair joined, he loved her. He knew what she went through and always wanted to comfort her, but the Queen wanted, and still wants, nothing to do with him. She just faces away from everybody and stares and points at the closest reminder of her friends and the motivation for her new quest, being the death counter, to get revenge and survive until the very end for the rest of the original 6. She has made it, but at what cost?
Bless me with anything. I'm not even gonna get greedy and ask for a Grimer. I'll take anything but a Machop. No! You're kidding me! Okay, I'll be back in a second, guys. Well, hopefully a second. Oh, wow, first encounter. I didn't even cut. Thank you, game.
Crush. Only one of 2 of the surviving members added after the Norman massacre. She has seen as much as anybody aside from Queen Finny. She too has suffered loss in Latif, our Vibrava. However, she doesn't let that get her down. She is incredibly strong and a huge teddy bear. Like her name, she crushes really hard on whoever she is close with, and after Latif had died, that Pokemon became Zephyr. Zephyr is a very tough and snarky Pokemon on his exterior. On the inside, he's a huge softie, and Crush knew that almost immediately. He never shows it to anybody except her, but she knows exactly how to bring it out of him. Zephyr and Crush have worked incredibly well together, and they complement each other better than anybody else could. And in the end, it took disaster to strike once for Crush to truly find out what happiness is.
So my encounter for Route 119 is right here. Unless this one flees, which would be sad. No, it attacks. Just like I thought so. Alright, so our encounter for Route 119 is a guaranteed static Kecleon, which is super cool. Kecleon is awesome. My encounter for Route 110 could potentially be... Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's an Oddish. This is unfortunate.
After Ricky and Uga fell, we were nearing the end of our adventure, and we had to say goodbye to 2 more Pokemon, and welcome 2 more new Pokemon to the team. Those Pokemon were Princess Tortoise and Duke. They may have joined late, but they have done more in their time they were given than some Pokemon do in the entire journey. They were deemed Team Clover by myself and the audience, simply from the sheer amount of luck these 2 seem to possess. Moves constantly seem to miss Tortoise, and she even survived with the lowest health on this series to date, with only 2 hit points remaining. And Duke has been no different. They carried the entire team on their backs against our final gym challenge, fighting for nearly 30 minutes straight. And while it was close, Duke was able to use Tortoise's sun to blast him away. Duke and Tortoise became inseparable almost immediately. They love each other to death, and Tortoise even likes to tease Duke with her substitute doll, knowing he can't reach it. They formed a bond and a huge reputation so soon after joining, and the team and I have never needed their sun to shine brighter more than we do today. That's right! I had custom-made artwork for our final team of this adventure! I've been on YouTube for 3 years now, and I have always wanted to draw my final team of an adventure. And this was the series that I was going to do it on. And what a perfect occasion to power up my team with custom artwork before we take on the beast that is Rayquaza. So, I have talked about wanting to draw my team for years, and this series was the one, like I said. However, I could not find my drawing pen for my tablet, and I couldn't afford a new one in time of needing it. So, I actually worked with one of you guys. You may recognize her for sending in fan art over the past few years. I wanted to have my owner's touch on the team, so I sketched the concept art for all of the drawings, and she helped by digitalizing them with line art and coloring on the computer. So think of this as a little art collaboration for the final stretch of this adventure. So every single one of you, be sure to thank the mysterious Hollow or Holly in the comments section or on our Discord server if you're over there as well. She did an incredible job, as you can tell, and I could not have done this without her help. So thank you so much, Holly. I'm sure everybody is going to appreciate them just as much as I do. They turned out amazing. I absolutely loved the way they look, and I couldn't be happier with the result. So, with that being said, let's get on with the main event. A happy tone to a somber tone. We need to defeat Rayquaza. It is level 70. Our team is only allowed to go as high as level 58, which is where they sit now. This fight comes entirely down to luck, and it may be incredibly anticlimactic, or it has the capability to sweep my entire team. It all comes down to luck. Does Rayquaza have mercy, or is it looking to wipe out an entire team's legacy? There are no second chances. I have one take, one shot, and it is all up to whatever fate has in store for this adventure. We have been through so much. 11 deaths, nearly 100 hours playtime, and one of the best and most well-rounded final teams I have ever used. I would be distraught if I couldn't take all 6 of them inside of the Pokemon League with me, but it is time for me to leave for the Sky Pillar and find out once and for all. It is time for me to take on the mascot legendary of Pokemon Emerald, being Rayquaza. I'll see you guys there. After a much more difficult climb than the last time we came here, and at a much more difficult peak than the last time we came here, we are at the top of the Sky Pillar. The last time we came here, there were much less holes in the ground, and when we talked to this Rayquaza, it just flew off to Sootopolis City. However, this time it won't do that. This time it is going to challenge us to a battle. It is level 70, and it is capable of killing every Pokemon on my team in a single shot. The only Pokemon on my team capable of taking this thing out with nobody dying is up front. It all comes down to luck. It has a 1 in 4 chance every single turn to use the move Rest, which gives us the winning condition we need to take it down. It has a 1 in 4 chance to use the move Fly, which is a reset of the turn, basically. And you'll see why if it uses it. But let's just pray that this Rayquaza does not want to be bothered and just wants to go to sleep. Oh, it's not time for jokes, but that was a good one. All right. Oh, God. Why did I make this rule? I regretted it since, like, episode 10. But I put it in motion, and this is where it takes place. Will Rayquaza be a total pushover, or will it put up a fight of our lives? We're about to find out, because I have no words now. There is no need for words now. We have to do it. We have to do this. There's no turning back. let's just talk to Rayquaza and get this fight underway. Let's do it. It is time to face off against the mascot legendary of Pokemon Emerald in the No Healing in Battle Wedlocke Challenge versus Rayquaza. Our entire journey has been about dragons, and at the summit of the Sky Pillar, it might end with one. It is level 70 Dragon Flying type, and nobody on my team can do this but you, Tortoise. Let's do this! Alright, she's holding the Quick Claw, and if it activates on the second turn and we never miss, this fight's done. But I gotta land with Blizzard, and it has a 30% chance to miss. If it misses at any point in this fight, we can kiss Tortoise and our entire team goodbye. Tortoise. Oh, Extreme Speed's a bad one. That's definitely a bad one. Alright, Tortoise. No crit. What? Whoa, the Quick Claw! The Quick Claw! The Quick Claw! Tortoise! Freeze it! Crit it! Something, man! Yeah! She did it! Oh my god! Oh my god! She missed! It was grim, it was over! Oh my god, she did it when she needed to! Oh my god, she did it! She stared death in its face! She stared the most menacing dragon in the region in its face! And said, I will not let my friends die! We did it. It's over. That huge shadow over my head is gone! All thanks to Tortoise Archecleon. Princess Tortoise Archecleon. It's done! That's it! 1 turn! 2 turns! I can't count! Oh my god, it's done, I'm shaking, it's over. I don't have to do it anymore. There's nothing left. We have defeated every single trainer in the entire region. We stand where Rayquaza once stood. And there is nothing left to do on this adventure other than fly off of the Sky Pillar back to the Pokemon League. Hold my team close. They were seconds from death, Tortoise. Holy crap, she did it. I can't believe it, she did it. It came down, it was either crit it used rest, the Quick Claw, and crit. Holy crap. She did it. Look at her, she did it. Oh my god. I can't believe it. All that Quick Claw training paid off. Oh my god. There were so many factors at play in that fight. If it used rest, we were great. If I Quick Clawed on the second turn after hitting the first time with a normal hit, I'd have taken it out. If I crit turn 1, kinda like I did. If I froze it. There's so many factors at play. It's unbelievable. Oh my god, she did it. And this is really our final 6. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I don't have to deal with the thought in my mind of what if they all died. I don't have to deal with the thought of what if all of them but 2 died. I don't have to deal with that thought. We got it done, and there's nothing left to do now other than talk to those 2 men and enter the Elite Four for our final gauntlet of battles yet. This is the best series I have ever done, and I want a victory to close this out with so bad. Oh my god, she did it. Holy crap. This might be a really short episode, but we did what we needed to do for this episode. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed that anticlimactic but insanely sick fight. And if you did, a like is appreciated. It helps out a great deal. And if you want to see more Pokemon Wedlocks like Emerald here, feel free to subscribe. And in the next episode, I am going to get my entire team prepared with strategies in mind. And we are going to enter the Pokemon League and take down Sydney, Phoebe, Glacia, and Drake all in the same day. And then in the day after that, for the finale of Pokemon Emerald, we are going to take on the champion, being Wallace. And until then, I will see you all then. Thank you so much for watching. Oh my God!